Good morning, future scientists. I'm disappointed that I couldn't be with you today to welcome you all to the Anything is Possible session of the World Engineers Convention. But if I explain, I think you'll understand why I needed to get a leave pass. As Australia's Chief Scientist, one of my main tasks in the last 12 months has been leading the development of a national hydrogen strategy. Hydrogen, the zero emissions fuel of the future, your future. Can you possibly guess what date was selected for presenting the strategy to the Commonwealth and State Energy Ministers? Yes, you're right, today in Perth. In Perth, 3,000 kilometres away from Melbourne. Try as I might, there was no way I could convince 9 energy ministers to reschedule their meeting, and there was no way that I could bend the laws of physics to be in 2 places at the same time. So perhaps not everything is possible. Nevertheless, this session has some fantastic speakers lined up to share their experiences about what is possible with science and technology. And I encourage you to listen closely to their stories and learn from how they are exploring and reimagining our world. It's important for you to recognise that science is more than a school subject. It's a part of our lives, part of our environment. Every day, each of you come in contact with science, mathematics, and engineering innovations which only existed in the realms of imagination and science fiction when I was your age. And if I was a student today, I would be energised by the promise of the future. When I think about the areas of high potential, I find myself dwelling on the same 3. They go round and round in my head. 3 areas which will expand our horizons, increase our knowledge about ourselves, and better our world. The first is an area that I have been personally involved with for a long time. Working as a research scientist to understand how the brain works. Now, about 20 years ago, I was sitting in the audience listening to the presenters at a neuroscience symposium. Hearing about the breakthroughs, I said to myself that by then we probably had learned about 1% of all there is to know about the brain. And every year I repeat the exercise. Every year there's an avalanche of discoveries. And every year I'm still saying exactly the same thing. Now we know about 1% of all there is to know about the human brain. The more we learn, the more complex the puzzle appears. But slowly, we are bringing the insights together. And not only are these insights helping us to understand diseases and their cures, but by mimicking the brain, we have developed neural networks and artificial intelligence. The more we learn, the more we can apply. Unlocking more secrets of the most complex machine in the known universe will keep many of you occupied for decades. But the answers are right there in your human brains. From exploring the great mysteries of the brain, your generation is also set to explore the furthest reaches of our universe. Since it was established just over 12 months ago, the Australian Space Agency has been focused on ensuring we will all benefit from the next giant leap in space exploration. Through a $150 million investment, all of which will be spent here in Australia, the Australian Space Agency will be teaming up with NASA to return to the Moon, travel to Mars, and launch us into the next era of our infinite journey into outer space. The possibilities of this venture are as far-reaching and awe-inspiring as can be imagined. It will foster the development of unprecedented technologies. It will help create thousands of new and exciting job opportunities when you graduate. And step by step, your generation will help break through barriers of the unknown as we peer further into the far reaches of space. Finally, from the atmospheres of distant planets to our own fragile atmosphere. You know the challenge. For generations, progress has been powered by coal, by oil and gas. But human progress has come at a price in the form of climate change. Climate change presents a serious test for Earth's survival. But tackling it also provides great technological development opportunities. So let's start with the goal. Zero emissions energy everywhere, for everyone. And how do we get there? The answer, in a word, is electrification. We replace the fossil fuels in electricity production with solar electricity and with wind electricity. And then we massively increase the production of that clean electricity and use it to replace the fossil fuels in transport, building heating, and everywhere else. That is, we build what I call the electric planet. Now, none of this will happen overnight. It will take time, and your generation is charged with the responsibility of implementing this vision, of being the change makers who will carry forward Australia's legacy of ingenuity. If you succeed, and I know that you will all lead a revolution that will power our economy and preserve our planet. There is an exciting future ahead, and it belongs to you. You all have the potential to take humanity to new frontiers, but you will only do so if you boldly reach for new heights in science and technology. Keep dreaming big, keep working hard, keep following the trail of curiosity, keep asking the question, why not? There is always something more to learn and discover. There is always a better way. We need your wonderful inquisitiveness and your boundless energy to realise tomorrow what we can only dream of today. Enjoy today's session, because anything is truly possible, except perhaps being in Melbourne and Perth at the same time. May the force be with you.